reading a really good book. One of my favorites. Got all kinds of wonderful story and characters. Of course, there's a White Witch, the queen who makes it cold all the time with that snow on the ground. She seems a little bit scary. It's a good book though, I like it. Can you see me? Did you know that there are all kinds of ways to try and figure out what's up? This is one way. And it can actually work to see into the future, into the past. Maybe if somebody was afraid because they didn't know what would happen, but they knew somebody was going to come who was the essence of snow, they might be a little worried. Try and make sure that she didn't get too much footing, because when you don't know what's up, be a little bit worrisome. Put all kinds of stories out so that, so that it's hard to trust, or maybe even impossible. But I love that saying, with God all things are possible. And I feel fortunate to have the strong possibility there of God with me at all times. It is a possibility that is God that allows the snow to be here as the daughter. Not an evil queen at all. But just like so many of us, all kinds of things happened to me on my human journey from the time I was so small to try to make me a certain way, like an evil queen even. But because of the God part being possible, it didn't work. There's just a daughter here. And, the daughter really is able to be near God the Father. And he is someone who people sometimes wonder about how this all works in the forces of creation, the nature of creation, what came first and all that. And of course, it's the potence and the virility and the fertility and the power and the passion of God the Father that bore all the rest. And even in his mighty, mighty power, if I were just so gentle with this little voice, I think that one snort from his great bull nose, and I could be just dust like that. But somehow, in the great story of the cosmos, I've managed to strike that balance there in the heavens, where I can be gentle and strong, so that even our Father has learned to trust the daughter. Isn't that something? I'm so fortunate to know the trust of one so powerful that he calms right down when I'm near. Yeah, this is a good book. I'm going to go back to reading it, I think. It has a great ending, Do you know the ending here in the land of Narnia? There's Lucy and Susan and Edmund and Peter. And they sit on these beautiful thrones in this land where there's all kinds of magical creatures and beings and practices. They are able to help keep peace on the land because they have the blood of humans. They are human children, and it is their humanity that gives them the great power of keeping the land peaceful. I got a bookmark here. It's a good little bookmark. I picked it up the other day here in Boulder. I was out and about. says, oh, it's a Walt Whitman. Each of us inevitable. Each of us limitless. Each of us with his or her right upon the earth. Each of us here as divinely as any is here. Each of us, if we are in Russia wearing a hat made out of some fancy softness, in a big fancy schmancy space, from the inner city of Chicago, and we play basketball, and we're 7 feet tall. If we're in the middle of a big, hot, sandy desert, each of us is divinely here. And it is such a wonder to be here with each of us, because the first thing that the daughter who is peace has come to do is to keep and restore all the safety for all of humanity to feel what it is to be simply close to the earth with our human natures. Peaceful inside with each other. Each of us is divinely here. And so it is.